Hey everyone, welcome to my butterfly gardening channel. Y'all, I did it again. I had a wonderful day of finally some cooler weather, and I went a little crazy rearranging things in my garden. So let's go see. Right here in this garden section, there was a planter in the back that had my button bush and a salt marsh bush, salt bush, and some goldenrods that were just all came up in it. The pot originally only was supposed to have the button bush, but then all those friends showed up. They must have come home with it. Anyway, it was back here, and it was kind of so much that it made this area visually look a little bit cluttered because there were so many things happening. And moving that out really made, I mean, look at that fire bush. Look at that fire bush. It's just more calming to me to look at, less cluttered. Can you declutter your garden? Is that a thing? Okay, so let me show you my things that are tall spot now in my garden. Do y'all remember Near and Far with Grover on Sesame Street? Well, the things that are tall garden makes me feel, I don't know, just this little bit of happiness thinking about Grover because I love Grover. So let me show you. Look at this adorable little guy on Snow Square Stem. This is a tiny little skipper. Maybe a fiery skipper. I don't know. There's so many of these little guys, and they all have slight differences. But I do believe we can all agree it's adorable. It's just right here on the way over to the things that are tall garden. I'm just so glad it's sticking around because I'm like right up in its face here. And it doesn't seem to mind. That's how appealing the Snow Square Stem flowers are. Okay, so right over here, there's my bird bath. And back there, look, there it all is. So see, all of that was in front of the fire bush. And look at how tall those goldenrods are. It's incredible. And what I love about it is now I can get back to it and really get into the pot. I couldn't get access to the pot where it was before. Let's come around here. Say hi to the little strong bark. It's so cute. I love it. It's really starting to grow in. So here it is, and see, here's the goldenrods. Look at how tall they are. These just showed up in the pot. And these are, I believe, the salt bush. There's two of them coming up. And they just showed up in the pot. This is the button bush. And look, see, there's munch marks on this. It's a host plant. It's a host plant too. Hang on, be right back. Okay, it's a host to the Titan Sphinx moth and the hydrangea sphinx. And so now that it's out here within reach, I can easily check it. Look at this. I also have a liatris that's about to unleash its flowers. Let me go. I'm going to go on the other side because all the things that are tall, there's more. I moved some other things in here too. Let's go chat about that. Okay, here we go. Still no eggs on my pipevine. What are they doing? I see them flying in my garden. Maybe they're all males. Maybe they're just all males because I don't even see them come back and fly around here. If they're females, they would. So we gotta get some females going. I just released one yesterday. All right, so here I am in this little kind of behind the scenes little area. And I did a little work in here because you're gonna notice I only have one wild lime here right now. And there used to be a row of them, and I'll show you where I moved them in a minute. So I moved some tall things back here. Look, there's my little Ray. Ray, Ray. She's ignoring me. Okay, so the first tall thing is my winged sumac, which is a host to the red-banded hair streak and the Luna moth. And I know that immediately because of my handy-dandy sign. I love that I put those in all of my host trees. So actually, its stake is leaning back. What are you doing? It doesn't go down deep enough to... Look at me adjusting things. I'm supposed to be filming. Well, I am filming. I'm filming and adjusting. There, I straightened it up. Okay. So, does this go dormant? Oh my gosh. I feel like when I'm filming, my mind just goes blank. It might go dormant. It is showing some signs of fall color, but I love this and it's gorgeous and it needed to be out where it can be seen. And here it is, winged sumac. And then beside that, y'all, I had all of these goldenrods that were coming up in weird places in my garden. And every time I found one, there's a little zebra longwing. Every time I found one, I pull it out and I stick it in a pot. So I have 2 pots full of things that are tall that were randomly growing out where they didn't need to be. And literally, I yanked them out of the ground, stuck them in a pot, and they're all fine. So these are all goldenrods. I do know they're Florida natives, but there's several Florida natives, and I'm not sure. I know I used to have one goldenrod and Chapman's goldenrod. I feel like there was another one. But when these like came up on their own, I could probably look them up and figure out. This I think is slender goldenrod. Look at how thin it is, possibly. And that one's getting ready to bloom. So there's a mixture of Florida native goldenrods in here, and there's some liatris, like the one I showed you. There it is. It's leaning over there. So I just love having all of these back here. And quite honestly, now when these go to seed, I want to grow more and just fill more tall pots because they're very happy in the pots. They're doing just fine. They've been living in these pots for a while and I love it. So here's one back here too. I have a small pot right there that has some in it also. And this one's blooming. Let's see you. Covered in love bugs. These love bugs are still here. Not as many, but they are all over all of my like little flowering fall Florida native plants. They are just loving it. And I hope they're not interfering with the pollinators that I actually do want here. I don't even know. Are these guys good pollinators? Are they good for anything? Does anybody know? Are we good for anything, love bugs? Okay, so my things that are tall plants fit perfectly in back here with my tall Mexican sunflower tree that I trimmed back a few videos ago. And I do believe it's going to flower soon, so yay. I just like this little section here where I can kind of get into everything, but from out front, let's go out front. Right here, it looks like it's kind of all one big space. But there is a little behind the scenes workspace back there where I can get in and kind of take care of things if anything needs taken care of. And look at this snow square stem. And right behind it, oh my gosh, how did I not immediately start with this? Let's go over, because this isn't something I moved or rearranged, but look at this. Okay, I'm gonna run you all through it. Are you ready? Hang on a minute. Let me get a good grip on my camera. You're gonna go right through it so you can see how cool it is. Here you go. Was that fun? I hope it looks cool. I'll find out when I edit. And this is so worth the wait. It's so worth the wait. Next year, if you hear me fussing about this section of the garden doesn't do anything, there's no color, and I feel like I need some flowers in there, this is worth it. Look at this. This is worth it. And with the bushmint, clustered bushmint, that's those little white guys in there right here. Well, they're like a light green now, but they do get a whiter flower on them. These ones still have some of the flowers left. There, you can see the flowers. And then right back here is some Elliott's aster that is also getting ready to bloom. Fall is just magical for Florida wildflowers. Like my whole everything. Well, let's go down there because guess what? More of my Georgia asters are blooming and they're my favorite. Let's go see them. Look off fritillary. Loves the snow square stem. I mean, look down here. When we get into here, first of all, always starry rosin, we count on guaranteed showstopper. But look at my Georgia asters are blooming. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Can you see all the little things that are just floating around in here? There's some of those little Serenus blues. There's a couple of zebra longwings. It's spectacular. 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 I love these. And there's more coming up. Look, here's a Liatris, elephant's foot, and there's more Georgia asters coming in here. Look at how gorgeous these are. I love it. And speaking of elephant's feet, they like to lean over. Here they are all together in a little bouquet. But you know that odd plant that's been growing up and I kept saying, I'm not sure what this is? It's elephant's feet. It's got to be because it has that same kind of triangular flower head. Let me show you. Okay, here's one elephant's foot here, and it comes up just tall, long, and then the flowers, right? this plant comes up and it has leaves that are up off the ground. See them all? But look at the flowers. See, they're those same little triangles. And they've got to be elephant's feet with love bugs. Lots of love bugs. So, and it's late, like it's later coming and blooming. The other elephant's feet have been blooming. And this one that's got the really tall is really taller than the other elephant's feet, and it's got these clumps of leaves coming up. So maybe there's multiple varieties of elephant's feet. I'm not an elephant's foot expert. Honestly, I don't even know why they call these elephant's feet. They said that the flower shape makes them think of an elephant's foot, but to me that's a triangle, and I have never seen an elephant with a triangular shaped foot. Can we pick a new name? Okay, moving on. So the wild limes that I pulled out, yes, we have to go back through this to get to the other end of the garden, that I pulled out of where the things that are tall now are. I moved over to behind my little potting bench right there that I tend to do some potting on, and I have potted things sitting on. And I love that little bench. I ordered that on Amazon. It is in my storefront, and I loved it because it did not need assembled. It just folded up, and I pulled it out of the box, unfolded it, and put it down. And it's several years old. It's held up well, and I love it just to set plants on it. We don't even sit on it. So I repotted a bunch of things that were sitting back here. Let's talk about them first. So right here is a little banana tree, and I wasn't sure where to put it, but it was in a little pot and I knew it needed more space. So now it's in a bigger pot. And then I have some pentas that were scrappy and struggling. And so I potted them and I trimmed them all down. So they're starting to come back. You see what happens when you trim them back? It pushes out growth back at the base. That's what you do to keep them growing full. Just keep whacking them down and they'll do this. And when they grow back in, they'll just be much better looking. I also potted one of the starry rosin weeds that I bought to put out in the side yard garden, just because I had this empty pot and these are so pretty, and I wanted one right here where I could see it. And then right here is another pentas. I should have cut down that one tall stem, but it had some growth on it and I just didn't want to cut it all off. So we'll see how it grows back. And this right here is a little Florida native plant that I've had in a pot, and it's really cute. And I thought, I don't want to plant it in my Florida native wildflower garden and have it disappear, because it was laying like down. So you can see I've got a stake in it to stand it up, and I have its little tag. We can see who it is. So this is a Trichostemma, Bridgesii, Orzolii. I think Bridges and Orzoli are last names of two people, maybe. So I think it's gonna bloom, and now it'll be right here where I can see it. Look, there's a polydamas swallowtail. Go lay eggs. There's a monarch. Go lay eggs, polydamas swallowtail. Okay, back to what we were looking at. Potted things. I also potted up a little pink pentas that needs to grow in and grow back. Let's go see it. Oh my goodness, I love them. Right here. And this one was just in a little pot. And so it just needed a bigger pot. And I put it in that really pretty pot that I got at the nectary. So I think that's really pretty right there. Okay, but then right behind it is one of the wild limes. And they're in pots, so I can move them around because this is the space that, you know, we want to keep available because our double gate is there. But what I like about this here is where I had it before, it was up on a riser, and now I am taller than it. It's really easy for me to just glance down over it and look for eggs, which I don't oh wait, there is one. Is that an egg? No. No. I was out looking for eggs earlier and I found two when I came out this morning with the dogs and I took them in. But I didn't check this bush, but it's an obsession. I'm always out looking for eggs. At least it's a free obsession, right? Kind of. Okay, so it's real easy to look down onto the plant and look for eggs. And so I thought, well, this is fabulous. So I put another one over there. So there's two here. There's still one over there. And the other one I just set back in my work area just until I figure out where I want to move it out to my garden. I was thinking about maybe putting it right down there between the planter that has the Passiflora incense and the Vitex that's currently thinking about going dormant. But I just know that Passiflora incense is going to decide it wants to just sneak on over and grow into that wild lime. But I could easily move it to, I don't know, those are just things I think about. And look at my beautiful pagoda plant. I love it. It's gorgeous. Okay. So this is where my wild limes are. And I also set the other potted starry rosin weeds in here in these big pots that have some Mexican sunflowers coming up in them. Just to, you know, throw a little more color back there. Right now, this whole little bench area is just all things that are recovering and needing space to grow. But when they get a little bit bigger and start putting on more flowers, my real hope is that eventually it'll camouflage somewhat my cart in the background. So then, after I pulled out the big potted buttonbush tree, there was a potted red pentas back there that was like kind of leaning over so the plant was growing wonky. And so I pulled out the whole pot, cleaned up the plant a little, and moved it to a space in my garden that had other plants around it that would help it stand up and camouflage the not so pretty base of the plant that resulted from it growing wonky. So I moved it over here into my little tropical garden. And see, it's not super pretty. You can see it right there. I should probably trim it back more, but I just want to let it grow for a little bit and see how well it's going to recover, because it's got like some buds on it up here. So I'm hoping given a little time. From over here, it doesn't look so bad. I'm hoping given a little time it'll fill in, but it also puts more flowers here because the butterflies love the red pentas. And so the more red pentas I have, because there's really nothing else in here that's attracting butterflies right now. So the more red pentas I have in here, the more butterflies are going to come visit me right next to my garden chair. Look at my Malaysian orchid. So, and back there, look at this. My fire spike, my red fire spike is finally blooming. It took a while for this to get happy in this spot. I mean, I was constantly having to water it, but it seems like it's like here to stay, and it's beautiful. And it gives a really nice pop of color back here while we're waiting for love them so much. Those little zebra longwings that just come through. Hey. While we're waiting for my climbing aster right here to bloom. And the Bahama senna is starting to bloom, and so is the privet senna. But this is beautiful. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. So when I went to the Florida Native Master Gardener, no, not Florida Native, the UFIFAS Master Gardener plant sale, that's what I wanted to say, I bought some more fire spikes, and they had a lavender one, and it was sitting back here in a pot forever, and it was smaller, but it's just because I stuck it there because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with that. So I potted it up. There's little Ray. Hi, Ray. You can come sit in the chair. And I stuck it, it's in a pot, and here it is right here. So I think when it gets lavender, I can't wait, like lavender, that's what it's called. I mean, that's going to be gorgeous in there. And it'll be right by that red pentas is going to come in, and of course the orange torch ginger. And look, we are oh so close to this tractor seat. So look how pretty. And look how it's gonna bloom soon. So I'm ready to see that in this space. Maybe it'll bring some butterflies too, like the red pentas do. And I also have a little red fire spike over here that's potted in this pot with this pink pentas, this big cool pot. And it's blooming also. And butterflies love red pentas. I just started working on my business plan for my plant nursery for next year. I'm actually trying to get myself planned and organized, and I'm starting to grow the pentas to sell next year. And hopefully I won't run out this time like I did, because the nectar, he keeps selling everything, and you guys keep buying a lot, and that's fabulous because look at how much butterflies love red pentas. Okay, next thing, what's next? So gorgeous. There's a little long-tailed skipper in there. Okay, so my list is so long. We're just going to continue this on Thursday. Yep, Thursday's going to be another one of these videos because there's lots going on in this garden. And I'll show you, I'll update you on the milkweed seeds, and I will update you on my little babies that have hatched, and maybe by then some of the giant swallowtail eggs will have hatched. But I did want to show you my rayless sunflowers are blooming. Isn't that something? They used to have these little yellow petals, I guess, sticking out of them. And I missed that part. But there's more coming up. You can see some coming up down there. So hopefully I'll get to share some of those with you. Also have, look, there's a Stokes aster is going to be blooming too. Oh, and my ovate leaf plantain back there, its blooms are pretty much done. And it's getting to the point where it's going to go to seed. Now, I don't know if it does those wind dispersed seeds that, you know, get those little flying things and off they go, or if I don't know what kind of seeds it makes, but I do know that I only need one of those in my garden. So I'm probably going to do a lot of trimming. I'm probably going to do a lot of trimming back on the ones that are done blooming and just regularly trim them because I don't want a bunch of seeds. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure, like, well, I'm not sure. It's my first year with it. So I'll let you know. But I am going to do some trimming back. So the next time we see it, it will probably not look like this. And I've been collecting seeds. So my ironweeds have gone to seed. And this is the giant ironweed. And when they get poofy like that, that's the time to get the seeds. Don't get them like this because they're not ready. When they're ready to fly, that's when you can collect them. So I've been taking them and just putting them in pots and putting them under grow lights, and we'll see what happens. So maybe I'll check in with you on those. Maybe by Thursday I might have something coming up. Maybe not. Maybe they're the ones that will wait and come up in the spring. There's just so much to figure out, and it's so much fun. I love it, y'all. I love it. Same with my orangium. I'm probably going to trim this back too. And I've collected some seeds, and there's another one over here that has really, like, see how brown and crunchy they are. And there's a whole bunch of seeds that I'll be able to collect soon. So I don't need that many seeds, so I can trim the other one over there back. Because as beautiful as it is, right now it's not looking so beautiful. I won't trim it all back because some of the flowers are still younger on it, but I'm gonna do some work on it. Okay, I think that's everything for now. This is a good place to stop, and we'll pick up again. Look, there's a little pollinator in the Georgia aster on Thursday. We'll pick up again on Thursday. And I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me in this garden. And please tap the like button. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And fall butterfly gardening in Florida is just as busy, if not more so, than butterfly gardening in the spring. There's so many native wildflowers that bloom in Florida in the fall. It's just gorgeous. Some butterflies migrate to Florida, so we'll see even more butterflies. And it's just been very active for butterflies and pollinators in this garden, and I love it. Make sure you're planting your privet sennas for the cloudless sulfurs because they migrate to Florida if you live in Florida. And also remember that the eggs that you collect now, if you're raising caterpillars of swallowtails, might just overwinter with you and be your first spring butterflies of that species. So bring in lots of eggs if you raise them, because then you'll have lots of butterflies in the spring. It's fabulous. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on Thursday. Subscribe, tap the like button, join my channel, be a channel member, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.